we are going to be working very, very closely with Black Fae.
I'm like, no, yeah, no, I'm not.
Hey you guys, it's Young Guys Cosplay, and I'm back again with another Tuesday Tea Talk. Today's video is a special video with the creators for Black Fae Day. I have with me Jasmine and Carlos.
Hi everybody, I'm Jasmine Fleur. I'm the creator of Black Fae Day. Very thrilled to be here on this channel, especially since this was like one of the first supporters I saw on YouTube for Black Fae Day back in 2021. So I'm happy to be here and talk and speak my truth. Yes.
And Carlos?
I am Carlos Williams, aka Lord Strife, protector of the shade, and folks done seen how I get down. So but yeah, it is for me. I'm geeking out because, like I said, it's like so full circle to see, you know, you at the time on your YouTube video where you were just like, "What is this Black Fae Day thing? Let me take a look." And then you watch like a video and stuff, and you were reacting, and I was just like, "Yeah," like I said, it was one of the first, or like Jasmine said, one of the first like supporters of the movement back then. And I shared your video in the group and even commented and was saying, like, inviting you to come to the group and telling you about Black Fae Day and our page and stuff for you to come and frolic and play with us.
BlerDCon announced that they were doing a collaboration with you guys, and we quickly found that that was not the case. And I know in the past I have covered BlerDCon's public fumblings, and this time, instead of me giving my thoughts and opinions immediately after things went down, I wanted to have you guys on to talk about how you guys feel about what's going on with BlerDCon. So I'm geeking out a little bit because, like, I remember when Black Fae Day was like a thing, and I remember seeing the pictures, and I remember seeing like who was behind it. And Carlos, you mentioned that you reached out to me and stuff, and like you commented and stuff, and like it was a whole movement, like it was a whole thing. And I'm really honored that you guys have like a second to like sit down and talk to me. Now BlerDCon, now Blur, y'all had no issues with your cosplay contest and y'all got bored. Was that what happened? Like y'all just made it by that much, and then y'all were like, you know what, I like controversy. That's
what's crazy about all this. It's like I'm in bed in COVID, you know, and my panel happened on Friday. My ambassadors went and, you know, stood in on my behalf and did their panel on Friday, enjoyed the rest of the con. And I was thinking that in bed, like, oh, wow, like they got through a whole convention this year without any problems. Great, good for them, you know. And I was equally, well, more importantly, glad that, you know, that was the case, especially with my people there, you know. And I've never been to Blerd, so I didn't have any expectations going into it. You know, I was just like, you know, try to enjoy yourself while I'm not there and, you know, represent as best you can. But to be like hopeful that there wasn't going to be any issues, and then to find out, wait, you're the issue, I'm the issue, last minute, like last second, the very last thing that happened, it was just very disorienting and kind of, it didn't feel real at all. It just sucks. It really does.
So to clarify, were you planning, because you said you've been to BlerDCon before, were you planning on going this year?
Yeah, we had submitted a panel just to go there and try to be positive. Like my entire intentions was that everybody knows Black Fae Day is a very positive and uplifting community and movement. And I saw what was going down with BlerDCon, and I thought maybe if we had a presence there, you know, it would change things, because we don't have a convention, you know what I mean? Black people, we don't have a whole lot of options when it comes to us getting together and celebrating together and doing dope shit together. So, you know, naturally I'm like, okay, well, it'll be good for us to be in the con scene anyway. And also, we could change some of the experiences there, because honestly, going into it, even outside of last year's controversy, there was a lot of drama. Like, I don't know, BlerDCon kind of makes people feel weird and like there's like cosplay beef and there's all kinds of stuff circling around BlerDCon, and I was like, nobody's gonna have that issue with us, so let's go and let's be a positive like beacon. And so I feel like I was putting my reputation on the line for them, and they just wanted to capitalize.
So Carlos, were you able to make the BlerDCon this year, or?
No, and that's the thing. Like, we do a lot of stuff out of pocket and through the kindness of our community. And when it comes to travel funds and stuff like that, like all that's out of pocket. We ain't got no companies backing us. It's just me and my paychecks, Jasmine and her paychecks, and then whatever through the kindness of people's hearts, they get done. So, and I made it. We went to HNIC Con, and with that, so that was flying and accommodations and stuff like that there. And that was actually the reason I made it to HNIC Con was because Jasmine's mom bought me a ticket to go because she wanted me to be there to support her, and so that's why I made it there, and was able to support and sit at the tables and have all these guys coming through and like, oh, I didn't know it was okay for guys to do, Fae and fantasy cosplay and stuff like that. And that's the level of representation that we look for, and like we focus on stuff like that and let people know it's okay to play and be a part of that. Like it's not something that's done selfishly at all.
No, but it was very important to see, like, most of the people that actually came to our booth at HNIC Con were men, and they were just really curious. They're like, how can I get into this? How can I be part of this? Because they saw Carlos there and represented, and he's all demon lord out and talking shit on stage, so of course they wanted to be part of it. Like,
did you expect Black Fae to take off like this, like when you first thought about putting together? Or
not as big as it is now. I had hoped that more than just me and 3 other people and Carlos would participate. Of course, I knew it had the potential to actually grow, but year one, like just 2021 to 2022, I never expected being con panelists and having these communities over 10,000 people on each platform. But that's organic growth, just people hearing word of mouth, they're participating themselves, and a lot of those people I've gotten to hear their stories personally, so that's another thing. It's very interactive. So I've never been in a group where I hear so many positive, beautiful stories. And that's what motivates me to want to grow it, is that it really does touches people's lives.
With BlerDCon, because I want people to understand exactly where the controversy is. Because you had mentioned that with Black Fae Day, I know, Carlos, you have mentioned too, not a lot, but all of your expenses are out of pocket. So I am going to assume that Black Fae Day wasn't something that you wanted to profit off of. You wanted it to just be a movement and to get more people into, or more Black cosplayers, more Black people just into Fae and Faedom. And the, I guess, financial side of it was not a goal or concern of you guys.
No, in fact, incorporating Black Fae Day and everything was strategically so that we could, organize, that we could, build on it and potentially provide more opportunities for us to meet and gather and experience things together. And of course, we want to be able to sustain ourselves, as this grows. So that being a financial goal is probably the extent of it, you know, being able to take care of ourselves so we can do this work, and just doing the work itself was our motivation. You know, everybody wants to profit, right? We want to have a roof over our heads. We want to be able to do things and travel and meet our people, but outside of that, yeah, we're not sitting here trying to figure out. This is not my side hustle, basically. I'm not trying to create a hustle.
I got the impression that the theme wasn't the issue with BlerDCon, because I know like a lot of people saw Black Fae Day, and like I know at some point in it taking off last year, people started like, you know, saying like, you know, their kingdoms and their sects, and like they would come back to Black Fae Day and be like, yes, I'm part of this kingdom and this division, and we have lend our faes to your community, etc., etc. A lot of people are quick to assume that with BlerDCon having Fae'd to Black as their theme, that it could be misinterpreted that you are trying to gatekeep the theme Black Fae Day or even anything Black Fae. And I want to clarify, not to speak for you, but like just from, you know, a business perspective, it's not the theme that is the issue. It is the announcement of a collaboration that has not been approved. I don't know when exactly BlerDCon had contacted you or even mentioned anything to you about potentially wanting to collab. Can you give us more insight as to like what conversations you guys had to even like put Hilton in a position to even feel like he could speak on a collaboration?
Beginning in July, probably around July 3rd or so, he messaged me, hi, in a DM, you know, like very basic, like hello, to the point where I questioned if that was really his profile. I was gonna like block it because I didn't know. I had to ask around and say, hey, is this really Hilton's account? People say yes, and then I engaged. It was like, hi, can I help you? From there, it was like, hey, we're interested in, are you interested in possibly collaborating? And can we have some time to talk, you know, after the convention? And I was like, sure, you can send details to my email. That was it. Monday comes along, Monday before BlerDCon, I think it was. I get another message. And I think it was just like, are you at BlerDCon? Oh no, this is Sunday. Yeah, are you at BlerDCon? I'm like, no, I'm not there, but I do have some ambassadors that are there that represented me because I got diagnosed with COVID, so I'm not going to be there. And I was like, but they know me, you know, and can answer any questions you have about Black Fae Day if you need them on site, you know. He's like, no, we'll call you. Okay, perfectly fine. Next thing you know, I'm getting messages like, congratulations on your partnership with BlerDCon. Congratulations. These are from other people. Or other questions from my own ambassadors that were there saying, hey, why didn't you tell us that we were collaborating with BlerDCon? Is this true? So all at once, I'm getting all this information and I'm thinking, Hilton just messaged me. Of course, I would know that this is a thing. So I'm thinking, no, y'all misheard something. And people are like, no, his exact words were,
we are going to be working very, very closely with Black Fae Day.
I'm like, no, yeah, no, I'm not.
Did he mention in his follow-up message that what the theme for BlerDCon for next year was? Did he mention to you anything about potentially like the reason why he wanted to like work with you?
No, there's no mention of the theme until after it was announced officially. There is no mention of what extent the collaborations or whatever that he's working on were gonna be even affiliated with that actual convention. Because I know he does other business stuff under BlerDCon. I didn't know if it was like another convention, another event, or something under those, you know, circumstances, especially since he said, can we talk about collaborations after BlerDCon? That's what the wording was. So I had nothing hinted that theme was even a thing, that I would even be a collaborator for something like that. I was blindsided completely.
And Carlos, did you? I know you said you weren't at BlerDCon either, but did you also did you see the announcement around the same time Jasmine did, or did you see it later?
Actually, one of the people who was saying, quoting to us what had just been said, was one of our ambassadors had called me because Jasmine didn't answer when they called her, and so they were like, and they were asking, they were like, did Jasmine say that she was going to be working with Hilton, or are y'all working with BlerDCon? And I was like, no. I was like, Jasmine said that like he was messaging her, but it was like short ass messages, and when saying that, when asked to kind of elaborate or offered options to speak to people, it was just like, oh no, like Jasmine said, like, last thing I heard was the thing of supposedly calling, and I'm like, well, why call?
Okay, so he's DM'd you, he hasn't emailed you, because you said you gave him an email to give you actual details on what kind of collab you guys want, and he hasn't. Has he sent you an email at all? Because it's been a few days now, and has he sent anything your way?
Never received any email. No email. That's what's crazy, because in the live today, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of the interview, but in the live, he's talking about extensive conversations.
My conversations with Jasmine have been pleasant. They have been constructive. She has been, more than direct and honest about how she felt initially. And she has been direct and honest about her change of heart after our conversations.
We never had any extensive conversations. And it's the wording that he uses and stuff that's why I'm upset, because it implies a whole lot. It makes people think a whole lot of different things that aren't the truth. Just state what actually happened and keep it at that. I DM'd her a couple of times and assumed a lot. So that's the truth that happened. Not we had these elaborate conversations and then, oh, well, she had a change of heart. I didn't have a change of heart. I said, I'll wait for your proposal. So what is that? Just because I'm not being hostile because you told me you're going to give me a proposal doesn't mean that I've had a change of heart and we're best friends now. I don't like you. I don't like the way you do business. And I'm waiting for you to prove to me that you're this upstanding person that really wants to do stuff for the community like you keep saying you do.
If Hilton were to give you guys a proper proposal, within this week, would you collaborate with BlerDCon?
That is the hardest. That's the question that
I don't want the answer either.
It makes me. I almost had a panic attack before coming on here because of that thought. What if? And it's because, on one hand, I want to burn everything down. On a second hand, on another hand, I want to make something beautiful for my community. And if this is the perfect, the perfect admission of, I'm wrong, the perfect apology, because that's all part of the package too, by the way. Humbling yourself and going to therapy is part of this package. I need to see that there's going to be growth and change going down the future so that nobody else has to be in this position like I'm in right now. You're going to have to promise some big things.
Yeah, his attitude is he don't need y'all.
He says we're replaceable, so good luck.
Yeah, and it's odd to me that people would flock to and want to be a part of that where somebody has said that they don't need you. That's odd to me, but at the same time, something I mentioned in the chat, I was going in a little bit, but it's clear that there are people who are diehard and just gonna support regardless. You know what I'm saying? He could come out with the worst shit and allegations and shit against him, and those people still gonna be like, oh, well, you don't understand. I know the whole story. So
it's the R. Kelly effect.
That's what I said in the comments. I was like, these people still going hard for you on some shit where you clearly lying and people are telling you that they're lying and people are speaking the truth. And instead of listening to that truth, they just going hard for you. Well, you guys need to let him finish talking. Like, he done contradicted his own self 5, 6, 7 times.
Listen,
let him finish talking. Oh, let him finish talking, but you listen. That's the problem. He talking and you not listening. You don't hear the bullshit that's being spat into your face.
And just letting him know, this is my year 1 from 2021 to 2022, and it's big enough to where you yourself will try to steal my concepts. So yes, I am a big deal. Yes, I am the culture.
I'm gonna put the captions on for that one. I'm like, I am a big deal.
Part of the culture, and so he needs to humble himself and know that any one of us can rise up and take down everything that he's created. I'm not a person that likes to battle. I have a peaceful freaking platform. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I'm the one that's keeping the peace.
The fact that he is strong-arming very publicly and very loudly against another Black woman, I'm just like, you guys mentioned R. Kelly earlier, and I'm like, he did the same thing. He went for the one part of the community that people like brush aside. And it's annoying because, like, we want to have a BlerDCon. We want to have a space for Blerds, but not at the expense of us. I cannot express properly through words how much I remember seeing Black Fae, and like how much I remember laying down in bed on TikTok, looking up the hashtag Black Fae and watching everyone turn out all over. I remember watching people like, you know, get together in Atlanta, and like we had a whole get together at Centennial Park. People were coming down out of the house to go dress up as Black fairies. I remember seeing my friends in New York. Like, there's a viral TikTok videos of like the little Fae'd picnic, and then they all start twerking after. That video is still popular to this day. Like, literally every time Black Fae'd rolls around, we're just like, yo, guess what, guys? If you see me my wings throwing it back on someone's tree, mind your business. It's Black Fae'd. But like, the impact is loud, and the protection should equally be as loud. We're not going to let just anyone come in and just be like, yeah, well, you know, I want her to collab with me, and like, we're gonna collab, and then you've given him such a graceful response. You've given him such many opportunities to like email you properly, give you a proposal, and you've expressed this multiple times, and you have been professional through all this. You've been better than me. I'm gonna say right now, you've been better than me, because like I said, I would have been like, oh wow, disrespect? Oh, I get petty. Me and Carlos would have been fucking we would have been like, damn, that's wild. What part of the bridge you want to burn down? I'll get the west wing. You want the right? Okay, I'll get the left. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Nah, I'ma stand in the middle and light the fire at my feet. I don't care. Let's do it. We all go down.
Okay, you still warm? Okay, not just good.
You hot? Okay. Well, you stay right here. Don't run. Let me hold your hand. Stay right here with me.
Yeah, but like, you have been beyond graceful, and I feel like that's another reason why my own personal, you know, protection just kind of goes up, because I'm just like, this person's giving you grace and you're throwing it back in their face. This person is not lashing out when they have every right to, and you're still sitting here very loudly contradicting yourself and being very disrespectful. And you both are sitting here with me still discussing what just happened during the live video, and you were still, and again, the cuss words have not flown, and I'm sitting here like, how? And I'm like, because this is the face of Black Fae. This is Black Fae. This is the people that are following through with their brand, with their commitment to, you know, being a Black Fae and spreading the joy and happiness that is being a Black Fairy. And it doesn't mean we can't protect ourselves. It baffles me that he would show so much disrespect to someone who deserves the utmost respect. For everyone who's watching the video, I do hope that you guys have interpreted and understood this video to be a clarification of where the offense was. Know that we're not gatekeeping Black Fae, but there is a proper way to go about a collaboration with another company, another business. And also, like, you know, just understand, like, you know, a movement of hashtag a whole, like, you know, business. We're people. There's people behind this. You can't just bully us into doing stuff, and you can't just sit here and go, oh, well, you know, Black Fae said this and did this. Like, no, we're tired, we're people, we have our feelings and stuff, and like, it isn't as simple as the internet wants to make it seem. So I thank you again for taking time out of your day to sit down and do this interview with me, because one, I like to remind people that, you know, they don't have to. when I ask for people to do something with me, no is equally a response as yes. So the fact that I got a yes, I thank you both again so much for sitting here and clarifying. Where can we join, you know, Black Fae Day? Like drop some links and everything. The links will be in the description box below. But go ahead, where can we join the kingdom? Because I need to move.
Relocating.
You can follow us on IG at Black Fae Day Official. It's the same on Facebook. Our Facebook communities are, we have 2 groups. We have a private group that is a safe space for people who identify as Black. So Black people, you can join Black Fae Community. Yes, our group. Oh, imagine that. It's called Black Fae Community. So there's that. Our public group is called Black Fae Everyday. And anybody who wants to support the movement can join, and we share and have a good time there too. And then we have our Twitch channel under Black Fae Day, Twitter Black Fae Day, YouTube Black Fae Day.
Awesome, thank you. I'll have all the links in the description box below. You guys, I will be posting another video with my own personal thoughts about BlerDCon and Black Fae Day at a later date. But for everyone who watched the video, thank you guys so much for tuning in and to listening to Jasmine and Carlos, and for supporting my channel, because boy howdy, I'd be uploading videos very, very far and few in between. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being with me today, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.
Bye.